Hey, welcome everyone to Bullion Bulls, where we're going to be focusing on a rule-based gold trading, setups and order flow. Today we're breaking down for you guys the New York session and identifying high probability setups on gold using our Bullion Bulls trading approach. We don't guess here; we follow structure, volatility, and liquidity. Uh, Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to quickly mark out our previous day high and low, as this sets our basis for the rest of the day in terms of how price potentially could move. So we're looking here, price has we have here our previous day high, and this is our previous day low, uh, pretty much right here. So we can see price has opened inside. So it opened, it is opened and then went below the previous day low, and now has gone back inside the previous daily candle, right? So what we're looking for right now is we want to see bullish price action, which we do see here, but our first step in our process is to quickly go to our oscillator. So on 1 minute, the oscillator is bullish. On 5 minute, we are bullish as well. On 15 minutes, we are about to turn bullish. And on 30 minutes, we are still bearish. So we are in that downtrend, right? We're in that downtrend. We're testing the band right now. Potential reversal can happen from here. So we just got to wait. For right now, overall price looks bullish in terms of structure. We can see bullish price action. So price is making higher highs and higher lows. So we are in that uptrend. However, we just have to wait for now. And if you look at our buyers versus sellers, so right now the buyers are clearly dominating the market. Overall, ATR is looking 3.4 right now, which is 34 pips. So we do see that the market is, it's not extremely volatile, and potential opportunities can set up in the market for us to then take these trades. Right now, we are going to be waiting. So we are seeing that buyers are starting to dominate in the market, and then we would be looking for potential buy opportunities. Remember, on this channel, we want to see first of all, we want to see the bias, we want to see the price structure, the market structure, sorry, and we also want to see the volume. Are buyers dominating or the sellers dominating in the market? Once we identify these three things, that's when we know we want to be stepping into the market based on our proven setups that have worked in the past. So we would be utilizing, potential A plus setup, A setup, and C setup. And then as they do come up, we would be taking them, without any discrimination between the three of them. Only will be using, proper risk management. So the risk management would be from a perspective of how much risk we want to take on each setup, and it kind of decreases as we go down the ladder. As we go from A plus to C setup, the amount of risk that we are willing to take is going to be significantly lower on a C setup compared to an A plus setup. So right now, market is pretty much moving sideways. There is no clear domination in the market. We do see buyers are, dominating in the market right now, but however, we still want to see, a setup forming for us to potentially take an opportunity in the market. So we're going to be waiting. We're going to wait for our setup to form. If there is any setup, it's a high volume time right now. So we potentially might see a setup forming soon. And then that's when we would, like to trade that setup. Clearly, we're going to be using our volume trend master indicator here. We're going to be using trend master indicator to take opportunities in the market. And trend master indicator really helps us when our bias is kind of mixed. So there is one bias. So the bias across, ideally the bias across different time frames has to be has to match for a very, very high probability setup. But when there is no match across the board, we would be looking to use our trend master indicator to find these high probability setups. So right now we do see that there is extreme pressure on the buy side, telling me, buyers are clearly dominating dominating the market right now. And then we want to see a setup forming right now, basically, soon. We're seeing these diamond candles coming up, so we know that the volume is picking up. We want to see if there is any news in the market for CyberDex using. We don't see anything. Okay, so while we're at it, we're gonna quickly go through our regime. We do want to see there is no news in the market. There was news at 6:30 a.m. We have already crossed the news. Volatility at METAF. We do see that there is highest range traded on gold at this time in the market, and then there is no breaking news coming out in the market as well. So we want to see a clear pattern, a clear trend establishing, and that's when we want to be stepping into the market and taking these trades. Now, all we want to see is a potential setup forming, and then we potentially would be looking for any trade setup, any trade that we might take. Like, we don't want to be in a rush to take these trades. We want to be, if let's say gold starts trending and starts pushing up, we would get an opportunity to trade the market. But right now, gold is looking quite strong. We don't see any sellers stepping into the market. We only see buyers, kind of dominating the market right now. Yeah, gold is a very, very momentum driven asset. If there is momentum in this asset, you would see, price really pushing aggressively to one side. Either it be the downside or the upside, and we would find several opportunities to participate within that price action. And right now, if we look at our bias again, yep, it's looking strong here on the 5. On the 15, we're still in that bear trend. On 30, we are looking to break the band. We did break the band once here. Now we're trying to push back up. Potentially, we could be looking at this level right here. Price can potentially come here. But overall, right now, we're still waiting for a trend to establish. We have a buy trend already established, but we do want to see a clear direction in the market. Let's wait for now and see. Overall, buyers are extremely dominating right now. And all we want to see is we want to find an opportunity which gives us a very, very, high risk reward ratio in the market, high risk reward. Like the max risk we take on a trade is 1.5 R. Like whatever we risk, we want to make 1.5 times that. So right now we're just going to be waiting and finding those high probability trading opportunities to eventually then participate. Yeah, if you guys see, like, anyone who tried to enter here kind of got stopped out. So we're gonna see if we can find, we want to find a clear low resistance price entry, right? Like we want to buy in this case, and then potentially see price run towards our target. And gold does give you those kind of opportunities when it really starts trending. And that's the kind of move we are looking for right now, where we want to wait and take these opportunities once they present themselves. Well, one thing that I do want to see is, price opening above or going above the previous day high. Right now, what you have seen is price has taken pretty much gone below the previous day low, and now it's going closing and now has come back inside the previous day range. This is we want to see potentially a continuation move if that happens. But yeah, right now this price action is looking good to me. However, the bias is not aligned. We do see, volume on the buy side is dominant, but price has moved almost 300. How much moves? 320 pips. So yeah, whatever this point is, you multiply that by 10, and those are the pips on gold. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait, guys. I'm not gonna be in a rush to take a trade. We will wait. We want to wait to find, high probability setups on gold. We don't want to rush the process, because once we do find an opportunity, we will have, uh, it'll be a high probability setup. Certain type of trading styles do become valid at a certain point in time. Today we will not have any breakout trading setup, coming up. So we will be avoiding any breakouts. We'll be clearly basing our trades upon, our trading opportunities. Excuse me, and taking advantage of those trading opportunities as they develop. And sometimes that means just sitting on your hand for a little while, for then trades to eventually play out. There are certain triggers from experience which might trigger us into the market, but for now, we're just going to be waiting, sitting on the sideline, and waiting for the right opportunity to, come in. The market is looking bullish today. Like, we want this number right here to be above 2, and it is above 2. It's at around 11 right now. Yeah, potential pullback, and then a push up is going to be an ideal setup for us to take. For right now, we can wait, but this could be another opportunity here to eventually plan a move for us. The market clearly has to look extremely bullish for us to, eventually plan our entry. For right now, I don't see that bullishness in the market up to now for us to, plan those entries. Even though buyers are clearly dominating on one side. Yeah, it is okay to wait actually. It is okay to wait because when we do find those entries means we will be able to take advantage of least resistance to price. So when the price moves, it will move with least resistance. And sometimes we might miss the entries, but that's part of being a trader. You have to be disciplined, you have to have patience, and then wait for your setup to form. Market might run without us, which is okay, which is perfectly fine. And then, we don't want to be taking trades in a low probability environment. And right now, market is kind of testing those lows and trying to push back up. And we want to see that continuation happening before we step in. Yeah, we want to see clear direction for market to break out if it wants to break out, right? If it wants to break out, it has to show us those moves for us to believe that market is looking to break out. But right now, I don't see that happening. So we have to see how market behaves at this level. Is it going to retrace or is it going to try to break out from this level? And if it breaks out, it's going to be aggressive. And we might have to wait for pullbacks to then take opportunities to trade the upside. Yeah, market is just consolidating for now. Okay, we see, price starting to make some moves here. Yeah, as a trader, sometimes you'll miss opportunities, sometimes you'll take opportunities. So it's really, really important that you get your emotions in check and you wait for your setups to form. For right now, uh, market is looking strong, but it is hard for me to take a trade, especially looking at the information that I'm looking for now. In a perfect world, I would try to take a breakout opportunity here, but since the market conditions are not ideal, I wouldn't be, trying to take a breakout. Yeah, do let me know if you guys have any questions because the market is kind of looking to go sideways. However, the overall direction is a buy in the market right now. So right now, we'll just have to see, how price behaves, and eventually, we might get an entry, we might not get an entry. We are 11 minutes to almost 10 minutes to 30-minute close. Let's see if we do find an opportunity to trade. Remember, we are looking for our bias to align with our structure. market structure, and then eventually we do want to see, volume kind of participating in that direction, and we would want to see a setup getting triggered. Yeah, and once you have a structured approach in the market, like you become a disciplined trader, you don't have to worry about, chasing. You don't have to you don't have to overtrade. So as of now, as you can see, just using the steps that I've shown you, we have we have understood the market conditions. We know the market conditions. We're not participating in such market conditions, since we know once we have optimal conditions to trade with, we will be able to take advantage of those conditions and then find opportunities within those conditions, find high probability opportunities. So for right now, we're just gonna wait, and there might be a movement 30-minute, like after we have a 30-minute close. So yeah, we can see pressure has pressure is has increased to the buy side, so we know that the overall direction is a buy, which is in line with our 1 minute time frame, our 5 minute time frame, our 15-minute time frame has just turned bullish. 30-minute is still bearish. What we want to see is, for a very, very high probability setup, we want to see all four aligned together. And then we want to see, pressure above 2, which in this case you have above 2. And we do want to see this bullish, market structure. We do see a bullish market structure here. However, for right now, we do see market is a bit slow, but it's still dominating on the buy side. Now we're just going to wait for a 30-minute close to see eventually which side the market takes. We want to quickly go and check if we have any news coming out which might impact. So we see President Trump speaking in about, so he's going to be speaking in about 2 hours. So this could be one of the reasons market is kind of slow, because market is waiting for the direction post his speech, and that's why we don't see a lot of volatility right now in the market. So while we're at it, right? So one thing you guys want to do is you always want to look at this number right here, the average true range. And this is where you would eventually decide the position size you want to be taking on a trade. If this is a very high number, you potentially might want to reduce your position sizing, because you might need like the same kind of move. You might need a smaller move in price to make same amount of profit, if you were having, let's say, a smaller range, right? If there was a smaller range, for example, here, if it's four, so you need, let's say, 5 contracts, but if it's 8, you only need 2.5 contracts. So you guys understand, right, what I mean? Like, let me know if you guys don't understand. I can always explain. However, yeah, this is something that would really help you avoid those massive losses that eventually people, eventually people start taking these big losses, blowing up accounts. Once you understand this one key component, you would reduce your chances of making that happen. And also, guys, another thing is, this is a channel that has been created to show you guys a systematic trading approach. A lot of traders are doing discretionary trading in the market, whereas us here, we are focused on showing you guys a systematic approach. So for right now, if you look at it, right, we're not advising anyone to trade their live money. We ourselves are trading a demo account. So remember, we are not financial advisors, and we don't encourage you to copy trade us, and we're not responsible for your losses. So it's really important to be mindful and be diligent, and just take this as a learning opportunity to take this as a learning opportunity and learn about how the markets work, right? How the markets work. You might not see opportunities all the time, but when you do see these opportunities, our trend master indicator and our Bullion trading system is going to help you identify these opportunities in the within, let's say, in good market conditions. Yeah, so the market is kind of looking rangy right now. We don't see ideal market conditions to participate. We do see a 30-minute close coming up. Let's see what happens if the market wants to make a push, or it wants to wait for President Trump to speak. because it could be that market is kind of getting ready for him to speak, and that's why we don't see a lot of price action right now, a lot of movement, because his speech can fundamentally shift the direction of gold. So we want to see if we can find good trading opportunity, because we're not in a rush. We can wait. We can wait and see like how uh, you know as that opportunity presents. But for right now, I don't see a clear direction that I would want to be participating. From this stage, even if the market starts pushing up, like I wouldn't be participating, because I don't see volume coming in this current market conditions. Yeah, this is a breakout opportunity here, but experience has taught me that the opportunities have to have certain characteristics, and I'm not liking what I see here. So I will not be participating in any price action until after the news, because before the news we will have very, very low probability setups, and after the news we will have high probability setups, low risk reward ratios. But if, let's say, we gain momentum, or there's some news that might have come out, if we go to financial juice and we see, okay, the war will end soon, and this is one of the reason that the market has just started moving again. He is indicating towards war ending soon, and that's why price is starting to make those moves. But he has said the same thing several times, so I don't know how the market is going to adjust that, digest that, right? For right now, I think everyone is keeping their eyes on this news that's going to be out in like 1 hour 30 minutes. So I don't know if the gold is going to make a move, or it's going to wait for it. We'll have to watch and see how it behaves accordingly. For now, I see the market is kind of like it's not going anywhere right now. Like, I don't like what I see right now, so I won't be participating. I want to see 30-minute close now for me to become really confident in taking any opportunities. But overall, if we do see on the other end how other things are doing, so we do see Nasdaq pushing, we see US 30 pushing, uh, and they have started pushing even before the news. So that could be something that might push the gold. Let's see. But I don't like what I see right now. I won't be looking to participate as for right now. You want to see that explosive move. You want to see momentum based move, and right now I don't see the momentum coming in. I don't see momentum on the buy side or the sell side, and that is why I wouldn't be participating in this price action. Especially we have that snap back kind of move, like price goes up, then snaps back down, and this is kind of a price action that I'm not looking to be trading. So we just gotta wait and wait for an opportunity to set up, and then eventually plan our move. But right now I don't see those conditions developing, or those conditions getting ready for us to eventually make those trades. So, and this is where I highly suggest you guys, to have you need to have a systematic approach, or whatever approach you have. You need to have a way to filter out bad market conditions, because if you can do that, then you have an opportunity, that you're giving yourself an opportunity for your setups to work in market conditions which will have higher chances of giving you a high probability trade setup, or high probability trading environment, which will in turn give you a high probability trades, will give you which in turn will enable you to take your high probability setups, right? Like in this condition today, uh, essentially, if you just eliminate everything, you'll see a price starting to trend up. Like, it's trending. Price is trending to the upside, but it's way too slow. It's way too slow. Price is moving extremely slow. So if you're not using, let's say, any filters, you might not, read the inherent internal internal market conditions. Like right now, with our trend master, with our overall Bullion Bulls trading system, we're able to read market conditions and decide whether we want to participate or whether we don't want to participate in these market conditions. And as of right now, I don't see any reason, at least for me, to participate in such market conditions. I would just wait and patiently wait for, now again, if let's say it's 30 minutes, if it's 10 past, let's say the hour, we will be waiting for 30-minute close to then see an opportunity developing, if there is going to be an opportunity in the market. Anyone new to the channel, subscribe to our channel. It's a completely different kind of trading approach that we are showing on this channel. A lot of traders you'll see in the like a lot of traders you see on YouTube doing discretionary trading. They have their own styles. What we're doing here is we're doing a systematic rule-based approach, which enables us to find these high probability setups in these extremely in good market conditions, and our system actually helps us identify those conditions, right? So for right now, we're just gonna wait, and a lot of the times it's all about just waiting. You just gotta wait and wait for your setups to form. Once your setups form, that's when you want to be stepping in and taking those opportunities, right? So for right now, I'm not in a rush. I'm willing to wait, willing for my setups to form. I don't see volume dominating on any side. And that's one of the reasons we're not going to be touching anything right now. We're just going to be, waiting for our opportunity. And this is how, a good trader gets developed. A good trader is a disciplined trader, and a disciplined trader has actually got rules that enable them to not to participate in market conditions which might not be high probability, right? So yeah, like again, like we have these conditions right now which are not ideal. So I wouldn't be, participating in taking any opportunity. Unless we do see a clear uptrend and we do see momentum behind the move, that is the only time, I would potentially be looking to buy. But right now, as you guys can see, market is not going anywhere. It's just kind of ranging at this level. Not a lot of volume coming in. Everyone has their eyes hooked to the news, like in anticipation of potential ending the war. So this is something we just gotta be, mindful and wait. Okay, we do see a breakout happening, but I still don't like these conditions. I wouldn't be participating. Like I wouldn't be taking this breakout. Because remember, like we will find an opportunity. We'll find an opportunity. We'll be able to take trades. We'll be able to take trades when there is a breakout and there is that continuation move behind that breakout, right? For right now, I don't see an opportunity for us to participate, and I'm happy to sit on the sidelines. And sometimes you might miss a move. But you're just increasing your chances of, finding that high probability setup, which everyone should focus on, rather than, trying to take any trade opportunity that comes your way. And that this is the only way, this is the way you become a profitable trader, where you find these high probability trading opportunities in a trading environment which is giving you such opportunities. for right now, I'm happy to sit on the sidelines. Not willing to participate in such market conditions. Just want to take my time and wait for a good setup to form. Like I don't want to be jumping in and taking low probability setups. Because it's just a matter of time, guys. Like it's just a matter of time. Wait for your setups to form, and then those setups are going to eventually lead to strong price action and increased profitability, because over time you'll realize which setups work for you versus which setups don't work for you, right? So I don't like the way I see the volume right now. It is kind of non-directional, so I don't want to be participating. It's low volume environment right now, and it's better to just sit on the sidelines rather than participating in such market conditions. It's tempting to see the price right now and see it moving. However, good traders are going to be waiting on the sidelines for price to show momentum, and then eventually, start participating in the market, start participating and taking these opportunities. So we're just going to be sitting on the sidelines and trying to find good opportunities to trade with. Yeah, I am just going to be waiting, sitting on the sidelines. So low volume environment, what it does is like it's a liquidity hunting environment. And you will see as this price moves, we will see liquidity hunting going on. That price would push and then, push back down or reverse, right? So we're just going to wait. So I will wait for you. Like I'm here. I'm just gonna, I'll be back, but I'm just gonna turn on the music for you guys. So just keep an eye on the market, and once we do see something happening, I'll just come back. Okay, guys? So just keep watching, and I'll be back. Yeah, guys. Yeah, market is it's a low probability environment right now, especially with news coming out in 30 minutes. I just don't advise anyone to trade during these times, especially when, you know, let me just quickly get rid of the sound. Okay, yeah. So I don't advise anyone to, take trades in such an environment, especially when there's a low probability environment. It's better to wait. Now, what we want to see is one setup that I would want to see is price created a low, then it created a new low, broke that low, created a new low below the previous day low, and now price is pushing back up. I want to see, price respecting the band and trying as soon as it touches the band, it comes and gives us a minimum 1 is to 1.5. Like this could be one of the trades we can look at today, but I will still not be taking this trade setup because like right now I am not interested, especially with the news coming out in almost 29 minutes. Let's see. Like the only setup I can see right now is price pushing down. So price broke the low and then created a new low, and now price potentially reverses back to the band and then gives us a continuation back down. Let's see what happens. Um, but yeah, this is one of the setups that we wanna be looking at today. Yeah, this is a crucial level, guys. Like it's a very very strong level. So want to see price respecting this level. But yeah, like especially on such days, it's better to just sit on the sidelines. Yes, we missed the move, but there was no indication for me apart from this to take this move. So better to sit on the sidelines, and this comes with experience. Over time, you'll realize that okay, whenever there's news coming out, there is going to be it's going to be a low probability environment because market is going to set itself up after the news event. So if Trump is going to be speaking at 9:30, we have to wait till that time for the news to pass. And if once the news passes, that's when we would potentially look for an entry. But yeah, this is like the only trade setup I see is pushing back to the band, giving us a minimum 1 is to 1.5. Yeah, and the probability level is quite high for such a setup under the conditions that we have seen in the past. And then this would be something that this is something I'll be looking for. Price creates a low, breaks the low, gives us a new low, comes back to the band, and then reverses aggressively to the downside. Let's see if current market conditions allow such a move. Ideally, that's what I want to see. And it should give us a quick 1 is to 1.5. The price should aggressively move to the band and then push aggressively back down. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm not in a rush today. This is definitely a slow session we have today, but I would prefer a slow session compared to trying to force a trade. And yeah, I wouldn't be forcing any trades today. Yeah, I'm a big fan of finding your setups. Once you find a setup and a setup works for you, and you've seen it work several times, it's a pattern. If your pattern works several times in a row, you have a successful pattern. You can take it and then utilize it to build your trade setups and eventually become a profitable trader. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, guys. I do want to see, price touching the band. I want to see it touch the band and then reverse from that point in time. And then give me a minimum 1 is to 1.5. Like that's all I'm looking for. I'm not going to be tracking this trade. It's just a demo trade. We're going to see if, price goes to the band, touches the band, and then reverses from there. Like this would be a very high probability trade setup in certain market conditions. But market conditions with news are not ideal to trade. So I'm not going to be taking any trades. Let's see. Let's see how this pans out. Not in a rush. Uh, let's see how this pans out. Yeah, the flow is good. The pressure is good. All I want to see now is price, snapping back to the band and then reversing from there to give us a quick 1:1.5. And the main logic behind it would be, price created a low. Price is below. So price created a low, broke that low, then created a new low. And since that new low, price reversed back to the band and then pushed back down, right? And and also price has opened below the previous day low. So it tells me that the downtrend wants to continue. Let's see. Let's see, guys, what happens. Yeah, this would be a very very good opportunity to see how this plans out. We have now the band is right here. Stop goes right above the band, and we target a minimum 1:1.5. We all we want to see is price touching the band and then reversing down. That's all we want to see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush, and it's better to just wait and see how this pans out. But yeah, I want to see it touch the band and then reverse. Like this is one of the trade setups that I'm working on. And this could be like that one trade uh, one trade challenge passer. So you can take one trade and pass your challenge. At least that's what I'm thinking. Like this potential setup has that, but it has potential to actually achieve that. All we have to see if we can see it happening on a daily basis. Let's see. Again, band has come down, so we're just gonna target this right here. And again, target a minimum 1:1.5. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, the market is And that's what I mean, right? Like that's why you only want to be taking 1 or 2 trades per day, because just like today, this is a big example for you guys that the market conditions are not ideal to trade. Market conditions are not ideal, and it's better to just wait for the news to pass, wait for the, you know, whatever impact it's going to have, uh, let it have that impact, and then potentially we can be, potentially planning our trade setup. So for right now, we're just going to wait. And you see, like, we did not get an opportunity so far through the touch of the band. So that tells me that, we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait and wait for our setups to form. On a 30-minute candle, if you look at it, right, price is trying to range in this level. We do see a very, very high probability setup right here. However, there is news at 30 minutes mark. I don't want to be taking that. So like, for example, this would be a trade setup for us at minimum 1:1.5. And then like, yeah, that would be a trade setup we would be taking with this, either this, or it's gonna be this setup right here. But we're not gonna take any trade setup right now, especially in this range. We're gonna wait. We might get a drop after the news, but for now it's just better to wait. So these are two trade setups that, potentially might give a high probability trade setup, but since the market conditions are not ideal, I I cannot, like, no one can guarantee anything. However, like, it's proven that bad market conditions don't really respect any indicator or any price action trading system, right? So right now it's better to just wait, and that's when, potentially we would find a good opportunity in our trade setups. And this is why more recently I have come to understand that how important it is to just forward test. Forward testing your strategy gives you that confidence and gives you a lot more learning compared to back testing. Because in forward testing, you have these news events, you have, you know, breaking news, you have other things that can impact the market. Whereas when you're back testing, all these factors do not plan out, because you see an indicator giving out signal, and you're like, oh yeah, I bought there, I sold there, uh, and then I close my position there, right? So like, when you're taking trades using back testing, a strategy does not, simulate. There's no simulation of real market conditions. But when you're forward testing, your trading your trading indicator or your trading methodology goes through live environment where, your emotions are tested as you were taking that trade. Your, how current you are with the news uh, is tested. Like, you are prevented from taking bad trades through events because of news events. So all these things matter a lot in the long term as a trader. So it's really important that you guys focus on this and ensure that you only take trades when such opportunities present. So let's see, guys, if this touches the band and what happens. If we do see that pullback and giving a minimum 1:1.5, if we do get that or not, right? Already, this signal is kind of showing us that there is, it's a low probability setup, especially if it forming inside a range. So this is another thing. So if an A signal gets created inside a range, it's a low probability setup, right? So that is one thing, one learning point that one person can have, that if an A signal gets created inside a range, then it's a low probability setup. And now you see it has touched the band. We want to see an aggressive push down. But right now we don't see that. And we want to be keeping our stop right here. Let's see what happens. But yeah, this is just a paper trade. I'm not doing anything. I'm not opening any trades. I'm just looking at this particular setup because I'm studying this setup more recently. Uh, and its likelihood of, working out in a live market condition. So let's see. We had that push after that break of the lows, and now price is returning back inside the band after range creation. Normally there shouldn't be any range. I would want a price to create a low and then just, reverse back to the band, touch it, and then aggressively push, start continuing, having that continuation move to the downside or to the upside, depending on which direction it's taking, right? So yeah, like these are some of the things that you learn over time, but like they are things that happen in real market conditions and they happen during the forward testing. So now you can see that we took this paper trade and so far it's going against us since we got triggered into the trade. And there you go. Like, so if we would have taken this trade, we would have incurred a loss. But now, number one, we know the market conditions are not ideal. So there's no point of taking this trade. And we did not take this trade. But we did test our methodology to learn to see if this setup it was eventually going to work out for us. So in this case, we read the market conditions right and we decided not to take this trade setup. And eventually, the trade did not plan out as we expected. So like right now, it's better to just wait rather than taking any trades. And yeah, if there was no news event, I would have taken this. Like I would have, tried to plan a trade here. But since there is news event, it's a low probability environment. I don't want to be taking any trades. Okay, normally what it would do is it would, you know, go up. Like it wouldn't go up. It just touch the band and it reverses. That's the actual trade setup that we are looking for. We're looking for price coming down, going back to the band, and then as soon as it touches the band, it just aggressively goes back down and gives us a minimum 1:1.5. So right now, I don't believe that we have good market conditions, and that is the only reason I've decided not to participate in this market. Remember, no trade is also a trade. If you're not taking a trade, that is also a trade. So just keep that in mind. You don't always have to be, trying to take trades. It's better to wait for a high probability trading environment and then take trades during that window rather than trying to force trades which eventually will lead to such losses, and you want to be avoiding that. Yes, and this is actually the real type of trading where trading is actually boring, and it's boring because you're following your rules. You're not letting the market you're not letting market to influence you in any way, but instead you're using your rules to actually find a direction in the market and trade that direction in the market. So yeah guys, I think, yeah, we're 10 minutes to the news. Once he comes out, once Trump comes out, we're gonna have better understanding. Okay, that is a warning sign, guys. Is it London Mercantile Exchange? Why is trading in copper, zinc, and aluminum and other contract halted? So that is worrying, because such days are not good days, especially when such things happen. Okay. So what is happening to copper? Is copper pushing? Okay, this makes sense. That is why copper is pushing right now. Okay. We do see price pushing above the previous day high, and that's why we have this move in copper. Yeah, we don't trade copper here, but it's good to see the overall understanding, and you guys can see here how the trend master indicator is behaving in this trend here in front of you guys, right? You see 30-minute is bullish, 15 is bullish, 5-minute is bullish, and then 1-minute is also bullish, right? And then you see that move, there is no hindrance to this move here. Like it's just flowing in that direction, right? And that's the kind of move you're looking for in this market. So that's one of the things we need to keep in mind, that we have these other metals that are starting to pump. Even platinum. Did platinum move today? Not as much as copper. Why is copper moving? Like, even though it's in a range, it's still range bound. Copper is still range bound. However, since it broke the previous day high, I can see the algorithms coming in and pumping it. Excuse me. So yeah, so you guys can see how a high probability trade looks. Like, we had price breaking above the previous day high, and now we had this A plus setup, which gives us this huge amount of momentum, and then price goes in our favor, right? So again, that's the advantage of using a systematic approach, because it's the system that dictates, it's the rules that dictate your entry rather than the asset itself. So if you can see here, we had this pullback, and then price just pushed up, right? And then we have this CHOCHC, and like change of character. We had the break of structure, and then we got an A plus signal. And then look at that. Since we got that signal, price is just pushing up, which is giving us a minimum. It should give us a minimum 1:1.5. Yeah. So yeah, like this is kind of trades. These are low resistance trades, and that's the kind of trade I'm looking for in gold as well. I don't want to be looking for high resistance trades. I want to look for low resistance trades which have volume backing them. There are buyers in the market which are willing to push the price up. And right now, gold is just moving sideways. So now, in terms of today, we can note that if there is a ranging market and inside that range we have a signal, it's a low probability signal. So we should not be taking that signal. Remember, like, people who are not like a lot of nuggets are going to be knowledge nuggets are going to be dropped in these live streams, and if you're not watching these live streams, you're not going to be able to catch these nuggets, right? So just note down that if you know price is ranging and signal shows up inside that range, then it's a low probability signal. Low probability signal. So yeah, this is some of the things that people who will miss these live streams will not be able to understand and will not be able to take advantage of unless they watch these live streams or go back and rewatch these live streams once they potentially join our channel, once they become subscribers of our channel. So right now we can see other metals are starting to pump, and overall even though copper is pumping, but the overall direction is still it's still ranging. It's still range bound. It's not like going up or down. Neither it's bullish nor bearish. However, in the short term, it has turned bullish because of price closing above the previous day high. And there you go. You guys can see like how, and this is the kind of move I'm looking for in gold. Like the kind of move you see here is an ideal move I would want to see inside gold. So copper is looks like a good. It looks good today because money is flowing into copper today. And as a systems trader, as a systematic trader, you want to see such opportunities building up. And you guys will see that since we have identified this opportunity, we should be seeing price hitting our profit target pretty soon. And again, this is the kind of trade setup that we are looking for. We're looking for price closing above the previous day high or below the previous day low, giving us a trend, and then within that trend giving us volume, and then us taking the setup within that volume and then hitting our profit target. A minimum 1:1.5 is what we are looking for. Yeah, gold is not doing anything right now. Trump is about to speak in 2 minutes. So that could be something we might want to look at. But for now, we're glued to copper just to see, like, because this is like an example in front of you guys to show you what I mean by low resistance setups. Like this is a low resistance setup according to me. If you can see, like, we have a nice trend to the upside. Volume is kind of pushing up. We do see all the time frames are aligning together, and that's why we are seeing this momentum build up and price pushing to the upside. So this is an ideal setup. I want you guys to keep. I want you guys to remember whenever you're looking at our live streams. Is we want to see volume, we want to see structure, and we want to see bias. Everything aligning together, eventually giving us trade setups. Now this can be a warning signal because we have news. So price is kind of making this move in front of you guys because there is news coming out. Because remember, nothing works when there is news. So you just have to wait and wait patiently. Let's see. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, this is a break. This is like market is now short-term bearish because of the news. So a lot will depend on the news. Like what is the news? Because what market has done here, it was pretty much trying to test the low of the, I think low of the 30-minute range. Yeah, low of this 30-minute range, and then if let's say there is bad news, market might just drop. If it's good news, market just start reversing and pumping, right? So let's see. this. Yeah, there's nothing in the market right now. Like, I don't see any updates. Let's see if Trump is gonna speaking soon. Okay. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see him speaking yet. But yeah, it seems like, guys, our trade time is over, and we did not find any good opportunities to trade with today. So we're just gonna call it a day, and I'll join you guys tomorrow, and hopefully market conditions are ideal, and we're able to take advantage of good market conditions. And again, this is something to note, right? This is something to note that a potential opportunity could be a high probability opportunity in the right environment, right? See, like if the gold, if let's see, we hit our profit target here on copper, uh, this is an ideal market condition which we want to keep in mind going forward. And these are the type of conditions where you want to be, potentially looking to add higher risk, taking higher risk compared to other days, right? A day like this where, price is pushing above the previous day high, and we have, pretty much everything, 30-minute, 15, 5, 1 minute, all aligning, along with the volume pumping and the market structure being bullish, right? These are the four things we were looking for, and that's what, sets the basis for our Bullion Bulls trading system. And you guys can see when these three get, when all these things align, how good of a setup we get in the market. We got an A plus signal right here, an entry right here with a stop right here, and then the TP is going to be a minimum 1:1.5. And we will see that the TP will eventually hit, and it's only because of good, overall our setup is working what it is supposed to do. Like it's doing what it is supposed to do. It's trying to find high probability trade setups for us, right? So let's see. So guys, it's 11:30 right now. I'm gonna just call it a day, and I'll let you guys know how this goes tomorrow, and then we will keep an eye on other things. Like we'll come back and trade tomorrow. Hopefully market conditions have improved, and we do get a cleaner setup compared to today, and there is no news interrupting our trading day, basically, right? So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe, and be diligent with your trading, and don't try to copy trade anyone, because remember, it's better to learn how to fish than to get a fish on your plate every single day, right? Because once that fish stops coming, uh, you just go back to zero, right? So it's really important to learn how to fish. Yes, trading is difficult. It's going to take a lot of time for you to, eventually get hang of things. But my aim here on this channel is to make sure I can reduce that learning curve for you guys, you know, and give you these nuggets which can point you in the right direction. And I see not a lot of people using this approach. And this will tell you how complex these markets are and the type of mindset you need to have when you're trading these markets. And it's not about trying to find random opportunities, but it's about finding these high probability trade opportunities, right? Let's see, copper is kind of making this lower low, so it could be a directional change in the market, but it's mainly because of the upcoming news. And that's another another lesson for us to see that even in the perfect market conditions, if a news event comes, you can have this sudden change in the direction. And it's only because of that news event. If there was no news event, we would see price continuing and hitting our profit target. Okay? So see you guys tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your day.